All right, what's going on, Giants fans? Last night, for me, being a Giants-Mets fan was not fun. Early in the afternoon, we saw our Giants, our beloved New York Giants, in the return of Saquon Barkley, get steamrolled by him and the Eagles, losing 28-3, in which our longest pass play on offense was 14 yards, which is 1 yard less than it was last week when our longest pass play was 15 yards. Um, it is what it is. The Giants are a horrible, horrible football team. It's time to put on your brown paper bags if you are attending any more games at MetLife. And we want to make Joe Schoen, Brian Daboll, and John Mara realize how pitiful their organization has become and how bad and how we will not stand for it anymore. I've been trying to reach out to license plate guy, this Giants super fan with a bunch of license plates on his neck, which means they have to be at least 60 pounds. That's a lot of strain. We have tried to tell him to stop going to Giants games, home and away, especially road games. I believe he is a teacher as well, and he tries to always make it back on that Monday morning after a Giants game. Props to him. God bless you. I don't know how you do it. I don't want to do that. But you do it. But I really do believe, man, if you're listening, license plate guy, I really do believe if John Mara, Steve Tisch, if the Giants faithful were to see you not attend any more games, I really think that might strike a nerve with everyone, and they might just realize that what they have been doing makes absolutely no sense. They are going backwards every year, and it's time to just full rebuild. And one of the ways you could start that is by getting rid of Daniel Jones. As you know, Daniel Jones has an injury clause in his contract. If he were to suffer a season-ending injury in which he was not able to pass a physical that March, right before, the draft and free agency, he is guaranteed $23 million from the Giants. That is something that is not something that we want to have happen. We've seen that in the past. The Saints benched Derek Carr, or the Raiders benched Derek Carr for that exact same reason. The Broncos recently, a year ago, benched Russell Wilson for that same reason. So if Daniel Jones ends up suffering a season-ending injury in which that he can't play or pass a physical by March, the Giants are guaranteed to give him $23 million. I can't even breathe in that. $23 million in which that they will be accounted against the cap. I don't think that might happen. Hopefully not, that he would suffer a season-ending injury. But you never know. With that said, this video is about Brian Daboll announcing Daniel Jones will remain the Giants starting quarterback against the Steelers on Monday night. How you feel about that might differ from how I feel. I look at it from last year being happy about Tommy DeVito getting playing time, the good underdog story, Italian kid, lives at home with his mom and dad. His mom makes good cutlets. He eats those cutlets, and he shares those cutlets with the team. Great story. He won 3 games. I got a Tommy DeVito shirt, a Tommy Cutlets hoodie, and then he was benched. He's still the Giants' third-string quarterback. Locke saw some game time yesterday in the fourth when Daniel Jones was benched by Brian Daboll. Locke looked, if not worse, just as bad. So clearly it's not the answer. So Daniel Jones remains the starter. Brian Daboll expresses that he gives us the best chance to win. So he will remain the starting quarterback. He only benched him it was to give just, Locke some reps and to protect Daniel for the next game, which would be Monday night against the Steelers in primetime, in which Daniel Jones has a record of, I believe, 1-15. Horrible. But I think the Giants just realize where they are right now. I'm sure John Mara is not happy at all with Joe Schoen. He probably didn't get to sleep too much, reliving all those yards that Saquon piled up against us and how he just lowered his shoulder and ran over Dane Belton, another bust. But Daniel Jones is going to remain the starter. I think it's very maddening and infuriating to watch Daniel Jones play football because he doesn't audible, he has no aura, he stare downs his targets, his receivers, and he just can't make a deep throw to save his life. But I get it now. I think they're just going to roll with it. They're going to risk the $23 million guaranteed as long as he doesn't suffer a season-ending injury, which is pretty significant. So I think they're banking on, he might get hurt, he might miss a couple games, but if he can pass a physical in March, fuck it. Roll him out there. Let's lose. we don't want to give DeVito a chance because DeVito might win us some games. He might fuck around and win like he did last year. So let's roll with Jones. Let's try to get the top pick and finally get a quarterback to save our fucking jobs. That is my guess. Let me know what you think. What do you think the Giants are doing down the line, and why are they remaining with Daniel Jones the starter? Do they really think that they have a chance to turn the season around, or are they just trying to tank? Let me know your thoughts. As always, let's go G-Men.